Hello, my name is Santiago Ronis, and I'm going to be presenting the paper that I selected for this class, Improving Speed Performance of Select Random Query in SQL Database by Utomo, Bestian, and Winercito 2020. The main concept behind this paper is random selection in SQL. Actually, the authors depart from the fact that the method that is currently used by default in SQL queries, which is normal order by ren or no ren, becomes too slow when we are trying to analyze large tables. So the main purpose of this study is to propose two new methods that are optimized for randomly selecting data, namely the small percentage order by ren, or SPO-REN, and the filtered column order by ren, or FCO-REN. So with this idea in mind, and in order to examine how these new methods perform when compared to the previous system, the authors conducted a series of experiments using as a sample address information from the iedelamet.com portal, which yielded a total of 200,000 pieces of data. These data were then distributed in a table that contained information about the location name, phone number, descriptions, coordinates, and more. So they stored all these data in a MySQL database in order to perform the analysis. The first method they included in the comparison was the normal order by ren, which is the standard form of random data query in SQL. This method uses the order by ren command in SQL without any modification or additions. The second method was the small percentage order by ren, or SPO-REN, which is a query that retrieves random data by reducing the percentage of data that must be scrambled from all existing data rows. By doing this, it eliminates a large amount of data and it leaves just a small percentage of it to be scrambled. And finally, the third method that the authors used was the filtered column order by ren, or FCO-REN, which works basically in the same way as select random in the first method, but in this case, the difference is that the method or the random process is limited to only one column. For the experiments, they applied these three random query methods on datasets of different sizes, and they applied each method in all of them 5 times, recording the amount of time that it took for each of them to return a result for each query. So, as for the results, as we can see in this table, the two experimental methods resulted in a much better performance in processing time for each of the datasets, being the results more impressive in larger datasets, as we can see, for example, in these two cases here. Also, from this figure, we can see the actual performance comparison, where each of the lines corresponds to one of the methods. For example, the blue one, which was the standard SQL query, this one took more time than the other two, as we can see. The difference is quite clear. So to conclude, we have seen from the results of the experiments that the two experimental methods proposed in this study were much faster in executing the random querying tasks. In fact, the filtered column order by ren, or FCO-REN method, was the one with the best performance, as 0.074 seconds when compared to the original normal order by RAN or no RAN system as 7.035 seconds. For future steps, we could consider maybe larger datasets to test whether the results obtained in these experiments are consistent in other tasks or in a different datasets. And as a personal reflection of this paper, I think this research can be very useful for many of my classmates, as the applications of this particular type of query are very diverse and apply to different areas. And I think it also benefits the overall SQL querying system, as the new methods tested in this paper contribute to general applications of random selection from databases. And that's it. Thank you.